What should I make a video about today? I know, I'll spin a wheel. Oh, you know what? I actually did want to talk about that show soon, seeing as how Peter Tork starred in one episode of it in 1992, which is when the show aired, but it's also before he reunited with the Monkees in 95. I'll shut up now. California Dreams is an American teen sitcom that aired on NBC, and it was part of the network's Saturday morning block, TNBC, premiering on September 12, 1992. Created by writers Brett Dewey and Ronald B. Solomon, and executive produced by Peter Engel, all known for the work on Saved by the Bell. The series centers on the friendships of a group of teenagers shifting towards a multi-ethnic makeup, beginning with the show's second season, who form a fictional titular band. The series ran for 5 seasons, airing its final episode on December 14th of 1996. The series featured 40 original songs performed by the band throughout the show's run, primarily written by Stephen Terrell. The show is really interesting because throughout all the seasons, as you'll find out in this video, they change things a lot. And well, I'm going to talk about Peter Tork being in this show. If you're wondering when I'm going to talk about Peter Tork being in the show, it's when I talk about season 1. He was in season 1, episode 10, which is called, where did I put it? It's called Romancing the Tube, and he's the best character. He's the best character in the whole show, and we don't even see him anymore, but he's the best character. He's the surf guru. I'm not kidding. Believe it or not, but it was actually pretty hard to find a plot summary for this show. I'll admit, despite it being made by the same people who made Saved by the Bell, it really isn't as popular as Saved by the Bell. For obvious reasons. I mean, Saved by the Bell got, a reboot at some point, some TV movies and stuff like that, but California Dreams, not really, and I feel like they should bring it back at some point considering the cast have reunited, but we'll get into that later. Editing Amy cutting in here to say that I just found out that Saved by the Bell has an unauthorized biopic movie. Very similar to the Full House one. Very, very similar to the Full House one, considering that was made on Lifetime as well. So, a Saved by the Bell video is coming. I've been trying to avoid making one for quite a while. What's my reason? I mean, wouldn't it just be like, I'm basically like everyone else just talking about Saved by the Bell? Though granted, I have wanted to talk about it to an extent. It was there, so I guess now, I guess I will talk about it, considering there's a biopic for it that looks very, very, very bad, so stay tuned for that. Basically, what you need to know about California Dreams is that it's about a bunch of cool teenagers who are friends living in California, and they form a rock band called The Dreams. Between gigs, they must deal with all kinds of big and small real-life issues, such as school, family life, friends, romance, ambition, ego, jealousy, and big decisions. This kind of sounds like the Monkees, and I didn't really want to title the video that because I know you guys are sick of me, or probably sick of me comparing every show to the Monkees, but this was airing on NBC, and it has monkey vibes. Granted, the Monkees never went to school because they were a bunch of young adults, and I don't really see them I don't really see the show doing a permanent thing, considering the Monkees were real people just playing characterized versions of themselves. Like, Peter Tork isn't stupid, he's smart. Mike Nesmith is Mike Nesmith, and Mickey Dolenz is, well, actually, he just stayed true to himself, you know what I mean?
Surf dudes with attitudes, kinda groovy, laid back moves.
Now that you know the plot of the show, let's go over each season. By go over each season, I mean go over the fact that they change stuff every season, but also mentioning the fact that Peter Tork was in an episode. In its first season, California Dreams was conceived as being as much as a family sitcom as a teen sitcom about the titular band, which is reflected by the fact that the Garrison parents, as well as Matt and Jenny Garrison's younger brother Dennis, were part of the cast, which consists of Matt Garrison, Jenny Garrison, Sylvester Sly Winkle, Tiffany Smith, Tony Wicks, Mr. Richard Garrison, Mrs. Melody Garrison, and Dennis Garrison. As mentioned before, Peter Tork was in the episode Romancing the Tube, Season 1, Episode 10, aired on November 14th in 1992. In the episode, Sly figures out a way to pick up chicks by becoming a surfer. Sly tries to get Tiffany to teach him how to surf, and she agrees. After they start lessons, Tiffany and Sly realize that there's something besides friendship between them. However, Tiffany's afraid that Sly won't be able to commit to one girl. Matt, Jenny, and Tony decide to try and get the band a new lighting system and get a job painting some of Garrison's windows. Mr. Garrison agrees to pay him $300 in advance to buy the equipment with. Peter plays a character called the Surf Guru, who seems like a very important character. I wish they brought him back, but Peter was a very busy man back then. The 90s were very busy for the Monkees. Even before they reunited, Peter was doing stuff. I can't remember when he made his first album, but I think it was around that time. I'm not really too sure. Editing Amy will add it in, but I really love Peter's character. I think I just like Peter's character because he looks so hot. I'm sorry. Editing Amy here. Peter released his album in 1994, but he recorded it in 1993. So, like, I'm not half wrong, but I'm also I am half wrong. Because, like, he didn't make the album in 1992. He recorded it in 1993. So, yeah. In the second season of the show, the Garrison family was de-emphasized. Heidi Noel Lenhard herself left the show, and Jenny was written out in the season's third episode, and the show was refocused on the band, including the new band members, guitarist Jake and new singer Sam Wu, from the fourth episode of season 2 on. So, yeah, like I said before, they changed stuff, and, you know, I guess it's okay. Things changed way more in the show. In the third season of California Dreams, the Garrison family element was eliminated and Brent Gore was dropped from the show. In his place, 2 new cast members were added. Lorena Costa, a rich girl who effectively becomes the band's groupie, and new keyboardist, guitarist, drummer Mark Winkle, who is Sly's cousin. The cast from the show's third season remained unchanged through the fourth and fifth season. So that's good. So since nothing new happened in the fifth and sixth season, like the cast didn't change, nothing happened after that, I can move on to the syndication in the home media.
Sky above, sand below, good vibrations.
So reruns of the show briefly aired on TBS in the late 1990s, and the show also aired on the children's channel, which I didn't know was an actual channel. Oh, the TCC. It was a British-based pan-European children's television channel in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, and owned by London, England. Okay, got it. And also later, Trouble in the UK in the 1990s. So both of these channels were from London, and they aired these shows in the 90s. Okay, got it. Shout Factory released the first 4 seasons of the show on DVD in Region 1 between 2009 and 2011. Season 3 and 4 were released as Shout Factory exclusive titles, available exclusively through their online store. As of 2016, Seasons 1 through 4 and the Best of DVDs can be purchased on Amazon. It's unknown if Season 5 will be released. On July 19th of 2011, Mill Creek Entertainment released a 10-episode Best of set, The Best of California Dreams, a single disc set that featured episodes from the first 3 seasons. There's a YouTube channel for the show, so, I think they released all of the episodes. And of course, if you want to find Peter Tork's episode, just Google Peter Tork California Dreams, and you'll find it. There's a channel that releases monkey stuff, and the channel, released his episode that he's in. I would skip ahead, though. It's a while till he comes up. He's like in like the middle, he's like in like the end of the episode or whatever. It takes a while.
Feeling mellow.
Like I mentioned before, California Dreams wasn't as popular as Saved by the Bell. In fact, Saved by the Bell is mentioned in the critical response. You see, the show wasn't received well critically. Rebecca Ashker-Walsh of Entertainment Weekly gave the series a grade of F and stated that California Dreams can be accused of a lot of things, but originality isn't one of them, and added that California Dreams producer Franco E. Barrio, who is also behind Saved by the Bell, may have good intentions, but it's hard to imagine what they were. Los Angeles Times reviewer Lynn Heffley considered the show nothing more than a Saved by the Bell clone set in an upscale beach town. Believe it or not, but the main cast members from the first 2 seasons of the show reunited on Jimmy Fallon's show on March 4th of 2010 and played the show's theme song. The version they sang was a unique mashup that featured both Heidi Nicole Leonard and Janine Kwan, who replaced Leonard in season 2. While present, J. Anthony Frank was not a featured vocalist in the performance, given that he did not perform the singing voice of Jake Summers. Aaron Jackson and Diana Irby were not present. And that's basically the whole video. I did the wheel because while I do have a schedule, I wanted to spice things up and go off schedule. I might do it again for my next video. It really all depends, because I have a couple of thumbnails made already, but I don't have thumbnails made for the rest of the tabs I have open for videos that I want to make. So I decided to just, do a wheel. Again, might do it again in the next video, but if I don't, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in either Here Come the Double Deckers or whatever video is next.
California dream.